one giant step for mankind. Whatever he was saying, Mr. Armstrong landed on the moon. He went to the moon, and then he showed us a visual image of our globe Earth. Mr. Armstrong. But we'd like to talk about the globe. Why are we still using the globe Earth more? Because now empirical evidence has shown that we might not be living on a globe, but a flat and stationary planet. So we've got Mr. David Windmiller here. He was being interviewed by his followers, he just come out of the hospital. He unfortunately passed away not long after this interview. This was his final interview, and he condensed everything into one statement. He just tells us why we are still using the globe Earth more. You can just take just listen to what he is to say.
So the first rule of a teacher is to communicate with its student. Once the communication is established, we can then break it down into writing, which are the hieroglyphs on paper. Paper is a vessel in a sea of space. All vessels must have flags and advertise their transportation and must pay the postage to move it between point A and point B if they wish to make contact with another human being.
You say paper is in maritime. Can you tell me why paper is in maritime?
Because it's a vessel in a sea of space.
Staring me right in my face.
Earth is a vessel in a sea of space. Earth is a vessel. All things on the vessel are cargo. So therefore, all things are maritime. In 1969, we never went to the moon. You can't get the band. We can't get through the radiation belt. We don't have technology to protect the astronauts from that. And of course, there was 38 different angles of shadows in the video we saw on our little fuzzy 280 line black and white TVs in 1969. So nobody would know the difference, But when you break it all down, the whole thing was to make a statement. Oh, look at Earth. It's a vessel in a sea of space. And the next day, the yellow French flag went up under maritime law on every corner of the planet, and every flag on
the planet. So you hear him, guys. Mr. David Windmiller is telling us that the Earth is a vessel in the sea of space, and everything on it is cargo. Okay? So he's telling us everything is maritime. So without the globe, we can't have commerce. If you were watching, if you watched my previous BitChute posts about the statutory law versus common law, you might have a rough idea of what we are talking about, because we are saying that for commerce to take place, there must be cargo and vessels. So what we are saying is the first thing that the devil did as soon as he was released from prison, he developed a model that would hide a god, and he developed the globe earth model, the heliocentric model, where the earth is spinning around the sun and the sun is a ball of burning gases, that burn forever without burning out. I mean, what kind of nuclear fission is that? It's been burning for billions of years and it's never burned. It's never even reduced its size. What kind of fuel is that? It doesn't extinguish. It doesn't deplete with usage. But we've got this model, this heliocentric model. I mean, it's different from the flat earth model, because the flat earth model is the one that we believe was created by the Most High, and everything revolves around the earth, the planets, the stars, the sun and the moon, all the luminaries. The sun is the earth is at the center, and all the luminaries revolving around it. But the devil had to develop his own system, develop the globe earth model. So as soon as you remove the globe earth model, you're left with the flat earth model. So for the globe earth model to exist, earth has to be a vessel in the sea of space. It's not literally a vessel in the sea of space, but they had to fake it. They had to fake the model where it is a vessel in the sea of space. And that's why David Miller is saying that we never went to the moon. This image here was faked. It's a fake image just to validate their commercial maritime statutory law, where everything is a dead entity. If you saw the Jordan Maxwell video when he's talking about corporations, corpse, dead entities, So as soon as you remove the globe earth model, we are saying that everything, the whole system collapses, like governments become non-existent. Companies, the corporations that you were working for, they just become non-existent instantly, because we are saying that they are corporations, instruments of commerce, so for them to exist, there has to be a vessel, like cargo, like the earth is a vessel in the sea of space. And when the Messiah comes back for the last time, you just push the globe model aside. side, and just left with the flat earth model. It's as easy as that. All governments will cease to exist. Because they are corporations too. They are dead entities. And we've got this woman here. She's called Amanda Jane, whatever, from the UK, and she was just she was communicating with the Registrar General from UK, and as you can see, they went head to head. She was asking him, like, do we have a bond created on our birth certificate at birth? Because at birth, like the previous videos I've posted were showing that when a birth certificate is created, it's a trust that your parents would have created, like, where there's a private side and a public side, and there is a beneficiary and a trustee. So the beneficiary is the dead entity, the fictitious entity, which is the one that communicates with other dead entities, like the companies, the government, they're all dead entities. And your beneficiary, the strawman, the public side of things, is the one that will be communicating with other dead entities through paperwork. There's another documentary I posted, which is called The Nature of the Cage. You can find it on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. I'm on 251. So as soon as that trust fund is up and running, when you grow up, you get to choose. Like, do you want to be the beneficiary of that account, or you want to be the trustee? Because the Gordon Hall documentary, is it Jack or John Smith, was saying that when the setup of this account, it's got a biblical representation to it. Like, we are said to be sinners, and we need a savior that has to clear our debts, our sins, our debts. And so the beneficiary is the debtor, and you, the human being, the flesh and blood, is the creditor. So you are the secured party intervener, the one who would come and clear out all the debts of the beneficiary. But the moment the authorities identify you as the beneficiary, you're in trouble. Because we're saying that there are at least 6 million statutes written against that beneficiary. So there are 6 million laws that the beneficiary can easily break. They are dealing in paperwork. They just come and erase the beneficiary and you're with it. But if you identify yourself as the trustee of that account, you just have to pay the debts of the beneficiary with your signature, because the signature is the currency that can pay any debt, according to Mr. Gordon Hall. Because when you go to court, okay, as soon as you go to court, you can Mr. Gordon Hall was talking about the four response in a court, and the first response, in a court that exists, is acceptance. Okay, as you can see, they're saying acceptance is agreement, and you'll be acting as the creditor. The second one is a conditional acceptance, counter offer, counter claim, where you'll be saying I agree upon proof of claim. Okay, you're acting as a creditor. And then if you're taking the Fifth Amendment, where you're going silent, you're in agreement with everything the judge is saying about the beneficiary. All the charges said against the beneficiary are going to be laid upon you. You're acting as the debtor, so you go and serve the sentence of beneficiary. And argument is dishonor. You're acting as a debtor. You're also acting as a beneficiary. So Mr. Gordon Hall suggests that the best way out of any court response is a conditional acceptance, where you'll be saying that I conditionally accept the offer upon proof of claim that I'm not here today as the secured party creditor for the trust fund that is in your name, or if you are Mr. John Doe or Miss whatever that account's name is, of which John Smith was saying it's hard to prove negative. You cannot prove negative. So you'll be saying I conditionally accept all the charges set upon this account's name upon proof of claim that I'm not here today as the secured party creditor for this account, here to set off any debts that my beneficiary is being accused of with my signature. Just give me the paperwork, and I'll just put the signature, and then that's it. You just walk out, with just the signature, just sign the charging instrument with your signature. So that is what we are saying about these corporations, because as soon as you remove the globe, your whole work will cease to exist. Next morning you won't go to work because that corporation that you work for, heard an old documentary even states that, you've been paying yourself from the very beginning, and you thought maybe the company you were working for, Microsoft or whatever, was paying you back. Microsoft was just second witnessing that this person deserves the amount that they're claiming, because if you read the Meteor Strawman book, dives deeper into this subject, where it says that when this account is created at your birth, a certain amount is deposited into that account. Maybe the book claims it's about $100 million US. So you've been withdrawing that money from your account, and the company you'll be working for, you'll just be second witnessing that this guy deserves to withdraw this kind of money from his account. That company is not the one that's been paying you. You've been paying yourself from your trust fund account that was created in your birth certificate. When your birth certificate was created. So as soon as we take out that globe Earth model, we do away with all the dead entity stuff, the commercial law, the commercial way of doing business, obsoleted instantaneously. All the guys, in the government, the Donald Trumps, the parliament, the Senate, it will just cease to exist. It's a corporation. It's a corporation, an entity that was created, through this commercial law and through the pretense that we are living on a globe that is a vessel in a sea of space, and all things of cargo. And Jordan Marks was saying that you can't move around without a vessel because you are in a sea. That's when they developed the maritime law, that there's no land on earth because it's a vessel. So there's no land. There's no land on earth. It's just a sea. So you have to have a vessel. You cannot swim forever. You have to have a vessel like a ship. So your beneficiary is your ship. You think you own a car, but you don't. It's your beneficiary that owns the car. The house that you think you own, it's all paperwork. And if it's all paperwork, then it's maritime. It's commercial. As soon as we remove that globe model, everything will just cease to exist. Boundaries will cease to exist. We right now, some of you guys are in the Western world, like the United States, United Kingdom, like Sweden, Amsterdam, even some are in Brazil, some are in Australia, some are in Zimbabwe, some are in China. But we are saying that on the flat earth model, boundaries do not exist. We shouldn't be separating the boundaries, because when the Messiah is going to come, we're just going to be one nation. Right now, we're a group of many nations. In my country, there's this guy. He was called. They say he was called not King T'Chaka from the Avengers. No, it's not King T'Chaka from the Avengers. It's another Chaka who was living down here in Southern Africa, somewhere in the early 19th century. Yeah, say that this is the time he lived. And then there's this guy, one of his generals, this is Mzilikazi. He breaks away and he makes off with a third of Chaka's cattle. A third of his wealth. He runs away all the way from South Africa, and he makes it up to Zimbabwe. He raids all the tribes, the local tribes. He defeats all those local tribes, native tribes, and then he becomes the king of what is now called Zimbabwe. And then he gives birth to this guy here. Just look at this fat bastard. They call him Lobengula Kumle. They say that this guy is the one who became king when Mr. Mzilikazi died. And then what Mr. Lobengula does is that when the white settlers came, they tricked this Lobengula guy into signing, away the rights, all the land rights away. Again, we're talking about what maritime law, we're talking about dead entities, we're talking about paperwork. And then him being illiterate, he didn't know that he was signing away all the land rights. And then all hell broke loose. He discovered later on that he'd been duped. But then Mr. Cecil John Rhodes, who was the one who had organized the signing of this concession, they called it the rat concession, because of he gets a charter, granting him all access to this country they call Zimbabwe, but he called it Rhodesia then, and then he brought a Maxim gun. He brought a Maxim gun. This is what they tell us in the history classes. They tell us this Rhodes guy brought a Maxim gun, against, just look at this Lobengula guy. This is his shield. And you wanted to block all those Maxim bullets with that shield. So they could prevail against the Maxim gun. These Mandeville guys, the local guys, they tried to fight Mr. Rhodes, but Mr. Rhodes prevailed, and hence it became known as Rhodesia, Zimbabwe, after whatever they called it, the liberation struggle. But they show us this photo of this Lobengula guy. If you go on Wikipedia, you find this photo. This is the photo of Mr. Lobengula. But in all of the museums and all of the books, you find this drawing here. They say that this is Lobengula, so I don't even know. I think they are really trying to tell us in plain sight that this guy didn't exist, because we are saying that according to the flat earth model, which is a creation model of Jehovah the Most High. We are saying that the millennial reign of Jesus Christ ended in 1776. So from then on, repopulation was just starting off. Because just recently I just discovered that when you're going to school, they give us the Bible. They call it religious studies, and then when we go to science, they give us the globe earth model. So a kid is programmed to think that in the religious studies we are being told that in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. And then when they're being taught science, they're being shown the globe model, and then they just connect the two subjects together to say, so if God created heaven and earth, He created the globe earth model, right? So that's... But these things are two worlds apart. They are not even saying that God created the globe when you're in the science class. The pretense is that the globe earth model is a result of a big bang that took place millions of billions of years ago, whatever. So the kid not knowing, they grow up to adult level. They grow up to be an adult thinking that the Lord created the globe, because we were told that in the beginning God created it and the earth, and then the science shows us the true nature of our earth. The true shape of our earth is being shown to us in the science class. So these things, they stick, but it's not really that the Lord created the globe earth model. He created the earth flat, and we're saying that from 1776 repopulation was starting. Most people in this community postulate that 1850 is when it officially started. So they couldn't have been these guys, these Lobengula guys, these Cecil John Rhodes guys, these Chaka guys, these Chaka Zulu guys, they couldn't have that these guys didn't exist. These Chaka Zulus these mzilikazi, this issue. Of course, we've got photos. They tell us this is a photo of Lobengula. And we've got a photo of a guy they call John Rhodes. It's just photos. The actual events did not take place. But what we're saying is that they took place in the globe earth model, not in the flat earth model. Because, we are flat earthers, they are going out disputing the validity of some things, like the nuclear, the nuclear weapon. They tell us that during the 1940s, the United States of America went to war with who? The United States war with them Japan. They tell us the United States dropped 2 nuclear bombs, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Those cities were bombarded by a nuclear bomb. But as you can see right here, take a listen.
But the side away from the explosion did not need a new paint job. Roads in the area fared better than buildings or bridges. Shortly after the fires died down, traffic was resumed. Today, these highways through the ruins are again in use.
You just heard the guy saying that shortly after these bombs were dropped. This is funny. But I'm not arguing that this happened. In the globe earth model, it happened, but not on the flat earth model. I mean, because how can you say that shortly after dropping a bomb? Shortly after dropping a nuclear bomb. And then, look at it. The next day, people people were roaming around. People were roaming around the city, and without being ionized, because they tell us that if you are exposed to this nuclear atoms, whatever, molecules or air, you can call them molecules, nuclear radiation. I'm sure they dropped a plutonium bomb here, or radium. I don't know what kind of bomb, but it was a nuclear bomb. I mean, there's radiation, that is emitted by these elements, and they emit ionizing radiation, which changes the structure of your molecules, or the molecules in your body, and causing defects in your DNA structure. But then these guys, they're walking around the next day, and so they tell us the radioactive decay for these elements takes tens of thousands of years. But the next day, the citizens of Japan, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, went about doing their business, carrying on with their business. And what's even more shocking is that these bombs, they just leave the streets clean. I mean, how does it happen? I mean, look at the streets. They're so clean. No rubble in the streets. I mean, the streets didn't receive any rubble. No debris in the streets. So, I mean, that's what we're saying, that all these things in the globe Earth model, they're happening. Just like the what you call it, the Russia-Ukraine war. They tell us Russia is at war with what? With Ukraine, and they are bombing each other. They're sending each other bombs. But I made a couple of videos debunking, the validity of this, look at it. They tell us they're bombing each other. But we don't see the missiles. Where are the missiles? We are looking for these interballistic continental missiles. Now they're calling them HIMARS, high mobility artillery. What? I mean,
Weapons depot. Ukrainian weapons depot. Ukrainian fighter jets push into enemy airspace, taking out a strategically crucial weapons depot. Mission accomplished. The coordination. Ukrainian fighter jets push into enemy airspace, taking out a strategically crucial weapons depot. Mission accomplished. The coordination.
This is funny, guys. This is funny. I mean, the camera doesn't drop besides the fact that there are no missiles that are blowing these sites. There's this guy called QNFEE. Look him up on YouTube. He's the one who woke us all up, on the forensic, analysis of these wars. I mean, there's these world wars and these civil wars. Are they really taking place? Yeah, on a globe Earth model, they are taking place, because we are saying that we have got a quadratic equation. Okay, let's say we have 3x plus 4y equals to 0. We have 3y's and 4x's, all equal to 0. So if you have Donald Trump with 50 nuclear bombs and Hitler with what? With 30 hydrogen bombs. they're all equating to zero. They are zero because they are all in a global model, which doesn't exist. Yeah, you can remove it. You can remove the globe earth model, and in that globe earth, it's like a pebble. You can take a pebble and you just throw it away. It won't affect you anymore because it's like meters away from you. But in that rock, Hitler has got 30 hydrogen bombs, and Donald Trump has got 50 nuclear bombs. But doesn't affect you because it's like meters away from you. So yeah, even if someone tells you, do you know what's happening in that rock? Just go about your business. It doesn't affect you. So, all of this is just noise, guys. They're telling us this and that, but I'm no longer a part of the globe model. I do not consent to whatever is happening in the globe earth model. I have become a secured party creditor. I have moved out of the globe earth. I'm no longer a beneficiary, so I'm not of the world. I'm not of the global world. Trustees are flat earthers. You can never be a trustee and be in the globe at the same time. If you become a trustee, you've just become a flat earther without even knowing it, because these beneficiaries, these dead entities, they only exist. These corporations, they only corpses, they only exist in the globe earth model. Everything is dead. All entities are dead. They are zero. They equate to zero. If you are talking about the globe, the vessel in the sea of space. So they tell us that when these Lobengulas were defeated, certain guys, rose up in rebellion against this system. They call it the oppressive system, whereby the whites, the white settlers were oppressing the blacks. There was segregation. There were no equal rights, civil rights, statutory rights. And they tell us that we went to war with the whites. There was a civil war between the blacks and the whites here in Rhodesia, what is now called Zimbabwe. They tell us there was a war. A liberation struggle. They don't even hide it. They call it a liberation struggle. And they are showing us these images of people who are supposedly dead, from this liberation struggle. But I really do not believe that anyone died in these supposed wars. Yeah, they died in the globe earth model. They are victims. They have, look at this. These people, they're not dead, all these guys. My apologies. Your discretion is advised. But I don't believe these people died because, we got this guy here. Also, his name is Martin Luther King Jr. He is also another proponent who was fighting for liberty. These guys, they had us. Yeah, in the globe earth model, if you're fighting for liberty, that's all you could fight for. They say Mr. Martin Luther King was fighting for what? For civil rights. And we all know by now that these civil rights are all amount to nothing, because they are rights for the beneficiary. They are not the rights for the trustee of the, because the creditor is got lives under common law, natural law, the law of the land, and then the beneficiary is the one who is in the law of the sea, the commercial law, the maritime law, the statutory law, the civil law, and that is why we are saying that these guys, they are crisis actors. The guys like Martin Luther King, they were working for the controllers. They weren't independent activists. No. They were paid activists. They were paid by the controllers. They were put upon the television so that they could act like they were really fighting for flesh and blood rights. But how can you fight for a right that you were born with? Because we're saying that in the nature of the cage documentary, they tell us you cannot fight for a right that you already have. Like you already have a finger, and then you're saying, "Give me my finger," but you got your finger. No one took it from you. As a human being is born, flesh and blood, they're born with their rights. No one has to give them their rights because it's part of them. We have got the rights to do everything we want. The nature of the cage was showing us we even have the right to walk around naked, as long as we do not break the 3 forbidden laws. The common laws, the 3 common law, like the laws forbidding destruction of property, like theft, like stealing of someone's property, and taking someone's property through malice. I think those are the most important laws. As long as I'm not breaking someone's property, as long as I'm not stealing their property or inflicting harm on them, even taking anything from them through malice or fraudulent means, I'm okay to do anything else I want to do, because the only thing I shouldn't do is kill someone or hurt them, physically, or take any of their property or damage it or take it through malice. those are the only things that matter in the flat earth model, But then when you go to the globe earth model, the beneficiaries got 6 million prohibitions. 6 million. If you look at the nature of the cage documentary, you can see the type of abuse that these policemen inflicting upon people, because some of them, they don't know that they don't need to be given their rights because they were born. But some, if you do not consent to this global system, you should be exonerated, appearing in the court as a secured party creditor for the beneficiary. And you shouldn't, no harm should come to you, but it's a bit complex. That's why you need Mr. Gordon Hall to assist you and take it through some of the motions, because you need to get into these courts sometime or later, and you need to know the court proceedings and stuff. And Mr. Gordon Hall, I think I could put a link down for the presentation he made. He's got a 17-part series where he was educating people, raising awareness on how to become a secured party creditor. Because, as you get into this field, you find out they are what we call patriots, because the nature of the cage documentary is more patriotic, it's about rebellion, just separating yourself completely from this globe earth model. But Gordon Hall has got a technology, where you can be a part of that model and still retain your sovereignty, because this liberation struggle, liberty is a statutory term, liberation, to be liberated is to be given civil rights. This which are for the beneficiary who's got 6 million other prohibitions. So here we've got this guy, they called him Mugabe, and he was at the forefront of this liberation struggle. And most people don't even know that he was a crisis actor. He was a paid actor. He wasn't an independent activist. Because for a lawyer, he said to have studied law, but all lawyers know that there is a private and a public side, public trust running simultaneously in today's society. All the lawyers, they know, but they'll never tell you, because they work for the government. They work for these dead entities. So they represent the dead entities. They will never represent flesh and blood. So they'll never give you any remedies as a creditor. They'll never represent you as a creditor. They always represent you as a beneficiary. So this Mugabe guy, I don't believe that he's of the globe. He's not of the flat earth. He wasn't fighting for natural rights. He was fighting life, in their life. I don't need all that. Give me those 4 prohibitions. Do not steal, do not kill, do not damage anyone's property, and do not take it through malice. I'm fine with that. But, these policemen, they should be representing, the flesh and blood, but seems like they are leaning more towards on the global side. They are being paid their salaries by the government, supposedly. So, you can see in the nature of the Cash documentary that these governments are companies. That's why they're more emphasizing fines and stuff like sport fines, they got all sorts of fines, that they can write you, like public drinking fines, smoking fines on a non-smoking zone. These fines there are too many. There are too many to count, and they have to generate sales for the company, the government. So that's why they're always writing these fines down, so that the companies sales volumes are all on the rise. So in this global model, you find out that we've got people dying, but they didn't really die, in reality. But in the globe earth model, you find out that these people would have died, and I don't even know why. Maybe it's to keep on hiding the Lord. They call it fear porn. Just to keep on keep the people, like in darkness, and not escape this globe world, because everyone should escape this globe model, this global world, this global system, eventually. But some people die, without even reaching that level, because we've got this guy here, Michael Jackson. He died that day. They say he died. Confessing that I did not die, I'm still alive. But I did not die, I'm still alive. And then I posted this image here on these artificial intelligent platforms. Posted it on Meta, and I asked Meta, who the heck is this guy? This pixelated image, it wasn't, because I tried to research this video on YouTube, it had been posted by UAP channel on YouTube, and then I wanted to post it on BitChute, but I wanted to post a much clearer picture, a much higher resolution video. I didn't find it. They deleted it. They deleted the video. It's no longer on YouTube. You'll never find. Maybe you can find it after thorough searching, but the channel I found it no longer had it. It's not like I want to show you guys pixelated videos, but this sensitive stuff. I asked Meta, like, who is this guy? And then he said, can we talk about another subject? He didn't even want to talk about speculate. Like, it looks like some guy in a movie, or it looks like a guy who's sitting on a chair, and in the background there's some chandeliers or decorations, or it looks like there must be a fireplace in the. That's what these artificial intelligence bots, usually, give. That's the information they give back. That's the feedback. But on this particular instance, it just said, can we talk about another subject? That's when I knew that. I knew me. I had the real Michael Jackson. The guy who said, I did not die. Look at him. He did not die. I mean, in the global world, they said he died, but he did not die that day. I mean, he's telling you, plain sight, I did not die. I'm still alive. These fans are saying, how we're glad you're still alive. He's famous for wearing lots of masks, We call him Dave. Dave. This is also Michael Jackson.
The fire? Yeah. He is a criminal.
He's also Dave, but I mean, he won't admit it on mainstream media that he's Dave. But Akon in this video later said, I started to think like, man, you started calling him Dave. I posted this video on my BitChute channel. I'm about 251. I should leave a link in this video so that you can just type it in bitchute.com, and then you can just be redirected to my channel and find this video. But there's also another issue. There's this guy they call Mr. Charles Manson. I don't know if a lot of you have heard of this guy, but around the must be 1960s, the hippie times. I'm sure he's the one who ended the hippie times, with his murder of I can't quite remember what was the name of that chick. She was a Hollywood actress who was just about to give birth, and this guy, he supposedly sent minions. And then, we've got QNFE debunking that. Which Charles Manson are we talking about? Because in in different photos. I mean, look at, you can see in this photo here the signs are different. This swastika on this side is they call it this is the anti-clockwise swastika, and then this is the clockwise, because you look at the corners here where they are facing, that's where general direction, because we've been led to believe that these are satanic symbols, but they're actually vortices. This is the anti-clockwise vortex, and this is the clockwise vortex. So the anti-clockwise is the implosion vortex, which is used by the jet airplanes, when they are in forward motion. And I think I must have a video. Yes, I have a video on that. And it's on last memory. Oh, thank God. So you can see that it looks like it's going clockwise. Yeah, but it's in perpetual motion. This is the way our airplanes work on a flat earth model. Like in reality, they're hiding it from us. They're hiding the way these airplanes are working. They are not using jet fuel. They are not running on any fuel. Their turbines are just designed in the same way as this. They call it it must be a Giovanni Sanji route or whatever. The same way they design this route is designed. It's the same way they design the jet engine steps. Okay, so that they are sucked by the medium of air. This route here is using the medium of water, but the jet engine is using the medium of air. But in the globe Earth model, they tell you it's using for example, the Airbus A380 is said to carry 118,000 liters per week. So I'm sure that must be around 236,000 liters that an Airbus carries. 2,000 liters of jet fuel, So, I was chatting to Meta and I was asking Meta like, hey, so what happens if I'm smoking during the fuel refill? And it was saying, you could get arrested and even fined, what. So I'm saying, what if I conditionally accept that offer upon proof of claim that their plane he runs on jet fuel? Because court on hold demands a bona fide proof of claim, without fraud or malice. So a non-fraudulent written claim, showing the engineering documents, and designs, of these engines and these wings, showing how the tanks supply the fuel to the engines and how it's combusted. But Meta was just saying that they just need to show the fuel purchase documents and eyewitness testimonies. And I'm like, that's not enough. That's not beyond reasonable doubt, because in the court of law, for you just to be beyond reasonable doubt. So that means there has to be engineering documents also. And it was showing me another picture. I mean, there's a picture that it was showing me. I had requested, I don't think I have it, but I think I do. I must have it. I must have the picture. Yeah, I have the picture. It must be in the photo folder. Right, here it is, guys. This is what Meta was showing me. I had asked Meta for an image of a typical jet commercial engine, Airbus A380 engine, combusting the fuel. And this is the image I get. And this looks like it's in the front of the engine, but it doesn't matter. They are saying that there are spark plugs. There are two spark plugs that ignite the fuel in the combustion chamber, and then the fire just starts burning continuously in the combustion chamber, and somehow it generates thrust, whatever. And then I asked Meta, like, if a fire is subjected to a 1,000 kilometer per hour wind, would it still keep burning? And then Meta says, what? Under no circumstances would that fire still keep burning. It would just be instantly extinguished. It will just instantly be extinguished because of the force of the wind. So I think that they are really trying to hide this from us. They are trying to hide God. These jet engines, they are using free energy. Okay, they are using free energy. They are using the air as a fuel. They are not combusting any fuel, any jet fuel. But in the globe Earth model, okay, you give them the benefit of the doubt because it's a quadratic equation. It all adds up to 0. So even if they tell us that these jet engines use even 1,000,000 liters per hour, it all equates to 0. I mean, they can keep on adding as many digits as they want, but it's a quadratic equation. This must be a combustion chamber. Still, the wind it blows. I mean, as the plane is flying in mid-air, that 1,000-kilometer wind will just blow this fire out. I don't think it's a practical idea. I mean, to risk the people's lives, by burning in fire in mid-air. Traveling at 1,000 kilometers an hour. I was even lenient to say 7. If I blow a 750-kilometer wind into a fire, will it keep burning? The wind is gonna blow the fire out. Fires need oxygen, but such strong winds disrupt combustion, likely extinguishing it. Want more on fire dynamics? So, in the globe earth model, guys, you can believe what you want to believe, but it all equates to 0. Okay, at the end of the day, all these things they are gonna come to an end. But we're just trying to give each other a heads up, on some of the globe model. What can we say? The lies in the globe model, that are not flat earth models, because you might think that you might not distinguish it from being a flat earth model, and you might think, this is happening in real time. But there's another issue where they tell us that electricity flows through wires. And they tell us that electrons are particles, that flow through wires. But it has been debunked. We have a guy named Nikola Tesla. He's the one who came up with alternating current. He designed the systems, the generators, the Niagara Falls generators, the wires, the transformers, the distribution. He designed it all. And he was saying that the electron is not a particle, it's a wave. Those cables are wave guides. The electron is a wave that is being guided by those wires so that it reaches your home. If the wire doesn't come through your home, that power will not light up your bulb. So those cables are wave guides, according to Nikola Tesla and other non-mainstream scientists. So in the globe earth model, the electrons flow through these copper wires, And in the flat earth model, and the cables guide these electrons. Okay, it's a wave in the flat earth model. It's not a particle. So we have guys like Mr. Isaac Newton and Mr. Galileo Galilei. Yeah, we shouldn't dispute their existence if you're in the globe model, but in the flat earth model, those guys never existed, because 1776 was when the millennial reign of Jesus Christ was ending, and Galileo Galilei must have lived before that, according to the globe earth model, which would place his existence during the millennial reign of Jesus Christ, so thereby nullifying his existence in the flat earth model. So we can say that Mr. Galileo Galilei never existed, and Mr. Isaac Newton never existed in the flat earth model. Just exists in the drawings, and they're telling us that this electricity evolved. Scientists were, developing electricity over the centuries up until the late 19th century. That's when it became a practical concept. But as we all know that during the millennial reign of Jesus Christ, we had electricity. It was all built out. The earth, the whole planet was all built out. These buildings were built as machines, either maybe conductors or whatever. But there were machines, some were capacitors, some were diodes. It was a giant motherboard. And we had these Staffords that were called batteries, maybe they were to store the energy, or who knows, but it was all connected. It was all electrical. These buildings, they lit up at night. Here's an example of global vision's findings of these Russian buildings. And we also got the expositions, which were carried out way before the globe earth model claims that electricity was a practical concept. We've got these expositions showing the buildings well lit, and we've got these sidewalks that are electrically powered way before the electricity became a practical concept in the global earth model. And we've got what we call the Sholkov power station, and located at the Niagara Falls. about the Great Lakes that at the USA-Canada border. I'm sure we have got Lake Huron, and then Lake Superior, and then Lake Michigan, and then Lake Erie, and then Lake Ontario. But then on the Erie Lake, I'm sure that's where you find the Shokoff Power Station. And as you can see, it was already built when the invaders came. They found it already operational. It was already generating electricity. I mean, this Messiah guy, he had them. I mean, they just came up to the earth from hell, and then they find out, oh my gosh, he built power stations too. I mean, the Niagara, the Niagara Falls, I mean, all that area, and hydroelectric power stations, and I mean, we saw they even took them down, these power stations, shortly after they operated them. I'm sure it was just pissing them off. You can see a video here of them destroying it, but they claim that it collapsed on itself. But how could they film it all? Filming, got a complete footage of its collapse. So in the globe Earth model, it collapsed by itself. But in the flat Earth model, we believe that they demolished it, they brought it down. You know, just like in the 9/11 incident, when they put those world towers down. I mean, in their narrative, they say that the buildings fell on their own, but in the flat Earth model, we will be arguing that they pulled it down. They pulled all those buildings down. And you know, in this globe Earth model, you know, with these crisis actors, I mean, we've got this chick, you know, which is, I mean, she's even asked a name, and then she says, my name is Wanika, what, and then she's saying that I was there when the first building was hit. Then a few minutes later, the other building was hit. Come on, guys. I mean, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what this woman has to say. I mean, the video is just taking a bit longer to load, but it's loading nonetheless. Skip the last memory parts.
The second tower fell, including myself, fell. Tower. My name is Daenerys Rhaegar.
Rwepasirino. I was walking to work and all of a sudden I see a jet crash into the first tower, and 2 minutes later an explosion, which a whole bunch of people, including myself, fell on this side of the sidewalk. And then I was standing there for like about 8 minutes later, and a second plane just crashed and exploded and hit the other building. Now, as you see, it's just the second tower fell. It's crazy. This is unbelievable. This is scary. I don't even know how to get home now. My name is Rwepasirino. I was walking to work and all of a sudden I see a jet crash into the first tower, and 2 minutes later an explosion, which a whole bunch of people, including myself, fell on this side of the sidewalk. And then I was standing there for like about 8 minutes later, and a second plane just
claims
crashed
she
and
shows
exploded and hit the other building. Now
crashing into buildings.
the second tower fell. It's crazy.
I've
This
heard,
is unbelievable. This is scary. I don't even know how to get home now.
gunshots. I mean, the first thing you hear, gunshot. I mean, you run as fast as you can from the source of that sound, and you try to get to safety because you don't even know where these guys are gonna. I mean, they might chase each other up to where you'll be standing. You know what I'm saying? And you might be hit by a stray bullet. Shots make you run away. What about an airplane exploding into a building? An airplane exploding into a building. I mean, the first thing I would do after seeing this first plane hitting, I mean, I would run away. I mean, run as fast as I can back home, because you don't know which building is next. And she was just standing there, not knowing what. I mean, she stayed there up until all those buildings collapsed. I mean, how did she know that she was where she was standing? It was a safe zone. I mean, she should be so courageous. She doesn't even look terrified. But we've got QNFEE here. He's debunking the theory that there were planes on that day that hit these towers. As you can see here, we can just try to give him a little bit of time to prove his point, because to me it looks like CGI also. But let the man do his work. I'll just try to pull up.
Go left! Go right! Left hand, idiot!
Slammed into
Wow, cool.
Idiot! I are in deep trouble!
Hey, man, stick. Let's do the other one and scare some more people.
different angle as it slammed into the
can see, guys, that here the wing is supposed to overlay that corner of the building, but it's like it's under it's going under the actual building. Like, it just shows you that this was what? This was CGI. There were no planes that hit those towers that day. Those were all controlled demolitions. Jet planes do not have liquid fuel in them. Those wings do not contain any liquid fuel to cause such an explosion. Okay, such an explosion. The jet airlines do not use fuel. So we've got it's called a psyop here. This is a psyop, guys. So in the flat earth model, this actually happened because these jet airplanes have got jet fuel in them, liquid fuel, highly flammable fuel, which upon impact they can burst into flames. Like the footages of these 9/11 videos were showing us. The mainstream media was showing us these supposed jet engines bursting into this World Trade Center towers. But that in the flat earth model, it was all planned. No one died that day. There was no one in these World Trade Towers. They had cleared everyone way before these things took place. There were no victims. I mean, that's why you see that if you look at another footage here, there were already what do you call them? There were already ambulances and fire brigades before even the first tower was hit. The airplanes and airplanes and I was looking for this video. The airplane before, there were already ambulances and fire brigades already set up. Look at it. This is the first building being hit. I mean, did you see that? They're already ambulances. Look at them. Oh, this. They're already there. Who called them? Look at the quantity. They're in large quantity. They're already there. They had already evacuated everyone from the blast zone. So in the flat earth model, we believe that this was a controlled event. It's just to keep us in fear that there are wars that are going on, that America is at war with Afghanistan and Iraq. Yes, America is at war with Afghanistan and Iraq. But on the flat earth model, we do not recognize anything called America or Iraq because anything is anything. I mean, how would I know that I'm in America? What tells me that I'm in America? Because right now they tell me I'm in Zimbabwe, but right now sitting on this chair, there's nowhere where it's written Zimbabwe where I'm sitting. So how would I know I'm in Zimbabwe? I go outside, how do I know I'm in Zimbabwe? I just know that I'm on a piece of land. I don't know, that is either rocky or muddy, or it's tarred, or that's all I know. I can see the trees. I'm on a land, that's surrounded by trees and a bunch of corn plants. That's all I know. Someone comes and tells me I'm in Zimbabwe. I'm like, I'm in Zimbabwe. What is Zimbabwe? I'm in America or I'm in Tanzania. How would they dispute that? Do they have any proof of claim that I'm in Tanzania? No, I'm not in Zimbabwe. I'm not in Zimbabwe. I'm in Tanzania. So, in the globe earth model, there is a certain thing called America. But on a flat earth model, anything, any land is just land. I mean, how can you name soil? A piece of, how can you name soil? An area of soil? I mean, how can you name it? Can you write on top of the soil and say England, and so that you believe that you are in England? But where I'm sitting here, there's nowhere where it's written England or anything else, so I can call it whatever I want to call it. So that's the trick they got us with, believing that we are in certain places, certain cities, certain counties, certain states, when we aren't. We're just on land. I mean, they just gave us these boundaries and borders, imaginary boundaries. I mean, those are just imaginary boundaries that they draw on a piece of paper. Just call it a certain country or certain city or certain village. That is all just equates to zero, guys. And as we were talking about electricity before that, Jesus Christ was an electrician himself. I mean, I call him an electrician because all the buildings he built were all electronic components. Because if you look at the airships, I mean, the airships are a mystery of how they worked. They were powered by these buildings, and as soon as they took down, after the Hindenburg incident, they discontinued these airships, these controllers. That was after the millennium reign, of course. And then they started destroying all the buildings. That's when all the world wars started. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which came first. But they had already started demolishing these old world buildings that were powering these forms of transport, the airships, the trains, the trams. They were all running on free energy, and these buildings, I'm sure they were powering the ether so that these machines would just be propelled infinitely. You know, like these trains, the trams, and the airships. You know, they just ran on free energy. So these buildings, they've got spires, and these finials maybe they were charging up the ether so that these airships would have etheretically powered to be propelled infinitely. But anyway, I think we've come to the end for globe model versus flathead model presentation. So thank you guys for watching.